This is a new episode of WEARE757 the show. We got DaShawn, Barton in the building, aka Milk Montana.
Yeah.
How you get that name?
Um,
Actually, what's good? First off.
what up, what up?
But how you get that name Milk, man?
So Milk started off like my family gave me that name for real, for real. Like when I was a young boy, like a baby, like I used to drink like all the milk, and it was like, when I was done with the bottle, like I'd throw it out the crib, like yo, run it back, like I
Okay.
need some more, stuff
Okay.
like that. So
Okay.
went from Milkman, and then as I got older, it just went to Milk. I'm like, yo, I ain't gotta keep calling me Milkman, like you know what I'm saying. And then I got to high school, and I don't know, for some odd reason, my favorite rapper was French Montana for a period of time. So I just put that together, and I got Milk Montana out of that. So
Yeah, gotta be had a New York influence.
definitely.
So where you from? What I know you from Hampton. What neighborhood you grew up out of Hampton?
So I grew up like in the Aberdeen area, as well as like further to like closer to Bethel side. So I was back and forth for real, because my babysitter lived in Aberdeen. So I know a lot of the Aberdeen heads that might see this, they might be like, man, that nigga ain't from Aberdeen. But nah, I was around the way. I just went on the outside, man. I went off the porch like that. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you start going out and hooping, or playing sports?
It's crazy because like I ain't never really even liked ball like till I was like, I think I started taking it serious in 8th grade. Like I used to be like a big video game toy type of dude. Like everybody that see me now be like, man, I can't believe you playing basketball, bro. Like you used to be in the stand playing with toys. Like you used to be running into your brother's games, and we used to have to pick you up, take you to your mom. So I'm like, yeah, like, so yeah. I think around 8th grade, like I started really falling in love with the game for real, for real.
Was there anybody that taught you the game, or anybody you looked up to?
I mean, like my brother probably was like my favorite player, because once I started realizing like I liked basketball, I started paying attention to him more, and like watching his work ethic, and start going to more of his games and actually paying attention to like the game itself, and like seeing what he was doing, and like asking him questions, or asking him like, yo, you could work out with me or show me some stuff when you got the time. So
And what position did your brother play?
he played point guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. So 8th grade, what school you at in 8th grade?
I went to Eaton Middle School.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, how'd you do there? Did you make the team?
yeah, so I mean that's Eaton Middle School. That's the first time I tried out for a basketball team. Like, and I went out there, and like, all the time I was playing outside, I just went out there. I was raw, pause. I know that kind of sounds crazy. I was raw, but I had a lot of energy. I probably was one of the bigger kids, like in middle school. I think I was like 5'11", and like from 6th to 8th grade. So I was one of the bigger kids. So of course they put me at big man, but I went out there and like, I was doing my thing, and rebounds, blocking shots. I wasn't really a scorer like that, but I just played hard. That's it.
True. So you said 8th grade you took it serious. Did you ever play outside, or
Yeah.
did you take it serious when you played outside?
I mean, I just grew up playing ball because that's what everybody else was doing. Like my homies when I was younger, they weren't really into nothing else except playing ball, and here and there we play football. But when you with everybody, you want to do what they do. You don't want to be the oddball. So we always played like since we was younger. But then I started getting older. I was bigger than everybody, like I said. So I kind of had an advantage, and I liked that. So I kind of took that and just ran with it, and just started working on my skills. Like probably like 8th grade, like my brother was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This shit don't come easy. Like you gotta work for it. And I just took his word, and I was working ever since. So
How much older is he?
he's 8 years older than me.
Oh damn! I
So
know
yeah,
that.
it's a big gap. So like he used to pick me up from middle school and take me on the college campus. Like I used to kick it with him go to practices. He'll take me to the calf and stuff. So that was a cool, like, you know what I'm saying, a middle school on a college campus.
8th grade. How is so you start taking it serious? Is Iverson? How are y'all looking at Iverson? Where's Iverson at right now in this picture?
So,
Because I know he's a big deal out there.
yeah, definitely. Like, Iverson is who we all look up to. So, around that time, you know, of course, Bethel got a big buzz because they're a winning program. And I'm in 8th grade. So, 8th grade, I actually played JV. I ain't even play in middle school. Like, they told me come try out, and I made the JV team.
Okay.
So, but Iverson, like, you know what I'm saying, he sponsored our team. Like, he came back and we had the fly sweatsuits, the jerseys, the sneaks, zig techs, pumps, all of that stuff. So, and even a couple times, like, he came back, came to some games. I remember seeing him some mornings, like Saturday practices, and they bringing in stuff. He there, and it's just like, it's crazy because you like, oh damn, I just watched this dude on TV, and he pulling up, and I get to dap him up, like, that shit kind of like surreal. You know what I'm saying?
What does he mean to y'all, like, from being from the Peninsula side? Because I know, he's not the only person. Y'all also got Ronald Curry,
Vic,
Tony Rutland.
Yeah, Tony Rutland.
Can't forget him. He gets left out a lot. Vic, as you said, like, you got all these superstars in that melting pot.
Yeah.
Like, how's that as a kid growing up?
It make you feel like proud, like, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, like, these dudes ran on the same soil as I did. Like, it's no way that this is impossible to accomplish, because if they came from where I'm from and they came from worse circumstances, you feel me, like, Iverson grew up in a house with mad people, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody know the story, like, he came from poverty, he was downtown, all that. So if I'm from a good neighborhood, or, if I'm not in this bad conditions like that, like, it gotta be possible for me to get it. So yeah, it just make you proud, like, to be from the same places, and it give you like a sense of pride, like, wherever else you go. Like, I could tell people, like, yeah, like, I went to Bethel High School. Allen Iverson right there, he won a state championship. I got to meet him. I got to wear the Iverson jersey, stuff like that. So yeah, it's important.
Nah, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I wish I could play for Bethel, man. Especially with just my, I guess, patent move being crossover.
Oh yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
Shit.
They would have loved.
I would have had braids and everything.
Yeah.
So you at Bethel, you playing. So when did you make varsity, or how's the Bethel team doing?
So
are y'all good at least?
Yeah, I never was on a losing team at Bethel. So 8th grade coming in, that's like when John Tell Evans and Trey Lee and all of the Africans was there. So that was their senior year when I was in 8th grade. So 9th grade, I'm coming into a winning program. But like I said before, middle school I was raw. Like, I didn't really know the game yet. I just loved it. I just loved playing. So I came in and I was like, I'll say I was a late bloomer. Like, I struggled 9th grade year, being like a returner, coming back for JV. Like, I'm still growing. My knees and shit hurting all the time. You know what I'm saying? My body trying to catch up to dribbling the ball, running faster, stuff like that. So I think by the time I got on varsity, I was in 11th grade actually.
Okay.
So, I got there and I started every game. Like, from summer league through the season, through my senior year, I started every game. So all of that. So
what's the furthest y'all ever went, or the best season y'all had there?
When I was playing, we got knocked out first round both years.
For real.
So I was like, damn, man, like, I know one thing, I used to really want to, like, make it to the scope. Like, that was my goal. Like, I didn't even think I could take it further than the scope, but that was what I was like, man, we gotta get to the scope this year. Like, I want to play at the scope, yo. That joint look like an NBA arena.
Who'd you ever see at the scope play?
Like when I was playing?
Yeah.
Oh man, like, shoot, Norcom, I see Norcom, Dodo and them, Brian Darden and them Phoebus teams, Troy, Jay Bird, all of them, Breon Key. I don't want to leave nobody out. Maury had a pretty good team around that time. The Ferguson brothers, Sim Frazier.
Sim.
Yeah, he was another one of them dudes. He had a nice crossover, like a little Iverson like guard.
Maury always had good teams.
Yeah. They gave us problems in the summer. I ain't gonna lie. It was always a battle with them. But yeah, Kickertan, you know, they had a good team. Tree, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. A lot of teams made it to that stage, and I just was at the crib watching Hampton. I'm like, God damn.
Hampton's y'all rival school, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
are those games like? Because I know every time I come over there, that's like the main game I come to. And I always got to come to the girls' game.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to get in. Even as media, they ain't going to let you
bro,
win.
They don't care who you is, bro. They not going to let you win, man. And yeah, that rivalry is like, it's like goes back like years beyond me, you, anybody, like further than Iverson, like from what I'm knowing, like it's like shit is crazy. It's like the Duke Chapel Hill joint, like it's a crazy joint. Like that's one of them games, like you got that joint marked off, like yup, I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna get my hair cut, I'm gonna wear my nice fit to school, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be locked in. I might miss fourth period, go to the nurse, take a nap. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them games where you're going to need all your energy and you got to put it all out because it's just that pride coming to play. You don't want to be the team to say you lost. So.
How'd y'all do that?
I mean, every year we split.
Oh, okay.
We split every year. So my junior year, I don't remember. No, I do. My junior year, we beat them at Hampton. And it was crazy, bro. Like, it was so crazy to the fact that's our second game on the schedule. So this is my first year on varsity. So the first game is Gloucester. You know, everybody kills Gloucester. So I do well Gloucester game. Yeah. Like I'm in the game, like I'm on varsity. I got my feet wet. I might have had like 15 on Gloucester. I'm like, alright, it's Hampton. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been dreaming about this. Like, I watch my brother play. I watch everybody else play. Like, it's my turn. And I get in the game, and I forget the fucking play. The first play we just talked about, I forget it. And the niggas is looking at me like, nigga, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I froze. Because I've never been in that type of environment before. That's how real it is. Like, when you get in them type of games, you at Hampton, the crowd is deep. Mom and pops there, your girl there, all your Johns there. So I get in the game and froze, and I'm like, God damn. So they take me out, and I'm like, damn, yo, I might not get in fucking with Coach Breon.
You remember where you was at? You was on the left wing.
Yeah, I was on the left wing just looking. I'm looking.
I'll never get that.
I'm like, yo, I'm like this, like, I hope this nigga just passed me the rock so I could just shoot that joint. I froze. Yeah, but that's how crazy it is, though.
So you mentioned Coach Breon. He's like a legendary coach there. What was it like being one of his players?
It was like, so coming from JV, you know, you watching from the sidelines, you watch varsity and stuff like that, and it's like, damn, like, am I good enough? Like, you begin to question yourself, like, this shit looks hard. Like, that nigga cussing everybody out. If you don't do it right the first time, he kicking you out of practice. And like, it wasn't really hard once I got to varsity though. Like, the transition, like, I think my teammates did a good job of like knowing like, hey, you know, we got a new guy, so let's try to groom him a little bit, get him ready for the season. So like people like Aaron Baycoat, Brendan Cole, Rakeem Brown, like, you know, if I'm messing up, like, they got my back. Like, I remember the first varsity practice, it was like, you know what I'm saying, he talking to you, and Coach Breon's like real, like, big on like respect and stuff like that. Like, I'm the coach, you the player. That's what the relationship is gonna be. Like, I love you and all that. He always reassured us of that. But like, you gonna have that respect. So I remember like the first practice I had, I was struggling with just like responding with yes, coach. So he talking like, yo, well, he not saying, but he like, you gonna do this and do that, and that's how this play go. And I'm like, yeah. I'm shaking my head like, yeah. He like, what? Coach Breon to look at you like Like he'll stare at you, like give you that, like, you know, he'll scold you, like he give you a chance to get your shit together. Like, what you say? And they be like, yo, yes, coach. They came up and be like, yo, everything is yes, coach, yo. Don't forget that. Everything is yes, coach. So I ain't forget that shit. I ain't forget it.
What was like if, I don't know, say somebody did something wrong or did something flashy and messed up, or what was the punishments? Because I know we used to have to run. And when that Coach Carter movie came out, that shit changed everything, man. I mean, I mean running, bro, that joint was different. Like not touching the ball for multiple practices and shit like that.
Turned the coaches up. I don't know why they made that movie, yo, because that shit fucked everything. But yeah, he was on that. That's what he was on. Like I feel like he was Coach Carter before Coach Carter. Like if you making a mistake, we running. Like that's the consequence. We running, or you coming out the game, or whatever the case may be. But like, it was like no nonsense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you do some flashy shit, you better pull it off. Mm-hmm. And even if you still pull it off, like you still might be on some running shit. So he was on that. He was heavy on the running and doing stuff the right way. And like I remember a story I heard from when John Tell and all of those guys was playing. I think they played like Warwick the night before that practice, and they won the game, but it was too close for him. You feel me? So at the end of every Bethel practice, you gotta make 2 free throws to get out. Like that's the end of practice. You gotta make 2 free throws in a row. Bro, they said the nigga Paul made 20 free throws and he kept making them run. Nigga made 2 up and back. Nigga made 2 more double. Nigga made 2 more run again. He just was on that, like he wanted perfection, especially back then. So he was definitely big on the making mistakes and you gotta run.
How did he make you a better player over the years?
I think one of the main things was just being able to pay attention to detail and pick things up quickly. And I think that kind of sort of helped me going to the next level, because he was he was big on paying attention to detail, like getting it right the first time, or getting it right so the team could succeed. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we always say like the play might not be for you, but if you do your job the right way, then we could still be successful, because somebody else might be open, or you know what I'm saying? It all works out if you do it the right way the first time. So I think that's how he helped me, like move forward, as well as like always competing and playing hard. I think that's something I struggled with, like when I first started playing, because I just liked playing. I never really cared about winning. You know what I'm saying? And that's big. Like I never really understood like dudes' attitudes after losing games and stuff like that, because I'm like, you know, I'm just happy. Like I feel like I'm just blessed to play. So I'm like, yeah, like can't wait for the next game. But dudes going home, they sulking, you know what I'm saying? They bringing that attitude to the next practice. I'm like, damn, like winning really means something. Like I ain't get it at first, but by the time I left Bethel, like I got it. Like no matter what, you gotta win. Like nobody cares. Like the losers, they don't remember you. You have to win. So that's another thing that he instilled in us.
So playing there, did you get any accolades? I know y'all more like a team oriented, so it's like sometimes hard to like get first team, all that stuff. How did you start getting accolades or start getting scholarship offers, or did that even come?
I mean, so my first year, I'm like the 3rd option, but I'm still averaging like maybe 11, 12 points. So I didn't get anything like my first year. Like I didn't get no accolades or nothing. I might have had like a couple of like coaches speak to me, or in like AAU programs like came out to watch me and like asked me to play. Like I remember there was one program out of Northern Virginia, AAU team called Virginia Elite, and they were pretty good. And they came to the game, they said, you know, we like your game, and you know, if you could make it up to practice maybe once a week in the summertime, then you could play with us. But my pop won't have that. So we was driving to know Alexandria, Arlington for 2 hours, and then coming all the way back. So, but yeah, my senior year, I started getting like a little bit of notoriety. I think I was like top 10 scorers in the district. But we had a lot of guys, good guys that year. So I ended up getting honorable mention. So, and as far as like the talent level in the area was crazy. Like every team had at least 2 to 3 D1 prospects or getting recruited or had some type of interest. So if you're not like really consistent, you kind of like fall to the back of the line. So I got like some smaller schools like Virginia Wesleyan really liked me. I know it was like some whispers about ODU having interest. Chawan had a little bit of interest. Christopher Newport, of course, when my brother went, you know, they really wanted me to go. That's where I should have went. But you know what I'm saying?
We gonna get
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Amen on that. God damn.
Yeah.
So what AAU programs were you playing with?
So I
Always
always
AAU big during your time?
Yeah, AAU was huge. Like a lot of the, like I said, I was a late bloomer, so a lot of the kids I was going to school with, they was already playing AAU when I wasn't even playing basketball. So I kind of was behind. So I wasn't like, they wasn't searching for me, the big teams, like the Boo Williams, even the Hampton Hoyas. You know, that's a legendary program from Hampton. They wasn't looking for me because I wasn't, you know, they didn't know I was even existed. So I was playing like for smaller teams. I played for this one coach named Coach Barton. He actually taught me how to shoot. Like I'll actually credit him with that. Like, you know, I started out with the baby shot, you know what I'm saying, from your chest, but he changed my joint to like the jump shot. So, you know, shout out to Coach B. I don't know if you watching this or somebody showed you, but he showed me how to shoot. So I was playing for his team, Peninsula Dogs. Playing for not a lot of teams that start with Peninsula, like, you know what I'm saying, the lower programs, Peninsula Elite, Peninsula Monarchs, and eventually I started making my way to the higher team. So I want to say 16, I played for the Boo Williams B team, and you know, we got a chance to play in like the EYBL and stuff like that. Played for the Boo Williams 17s B team as well. So, you know, I made my way up the ranks. You like coming from a dude like didn't play no ball, like I'm starting behind.
So when would you say? I know you said in 8th grade you played center because of your height, but when did you become a shooter or a guard or?
I mean, they always had me at center, but I was always like a guard, like, cause I could always shoot the ball. Like they'd be like, "Yo, why you always shooting threes? Like that's not your position. Like, why you always shooting? Like, go to the rim." Or I'm like, bro, I think in my mind, like I see where the game is at now. I think I knew where the game was going, like as far as shooting. Like I think I really knew. Like I said to myself, like, bro, if you could shoot this ball, like you could play anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was big on just shooting, like just being able to shoot. I'll be in the front of the crib all day, all night, shooting all day. Like, New could tell you, like he was there. Like that's all we did, bro. Like I wasn't practicing no damn post moves. Like I know I'm not gonna be 6'8".
We never. So smooth.
Why I'm practicing a drop step when I'm gonna be a 6'3" center? Like nah. So like I made at Bethel, I made them change my position. Like I was like, yo, I'm not going down there. Open gym, I'm on the wing with it. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna let y'all confine my game to something that I know ain't gonna benefit me moving forward. And
you see that a lot now. Like people that probably wouldn't be the center on a team, but they the tallest person out there.
yeah,
So they put them up there.
that shit is sick, man. Teach y'all kids to shoot and dribble the ball, bro. Cause they not gonna be centers like y'all think they is. And even the centers is doing that in the NBA. So, come on, man.
So, what's your last game at Bethel? I think it said y'all played against y'all lost to Phoebus.
Yeah, sick. I be trying to. That's one of them like things like you try to forget. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, playing Phoebus first round of the Peninsula District playoffs at Kickintan. So we already in a small ass gym. Niggas is heckling me, but the night before the game, like I think back then that's like when Instagram first started popping. So it was this thing like I think it was like ask.fm or something like that. Real like it had like a real it had like a real small window where it was popping. So everybody was doing like the anonymous questions. So I posted a pair of sneaks because my brother, my brother and Iverson was like, tight right hand men. So I kind of sort of was like the plug. Like I had direct access. So I'm like, yo, we in a playoff. Like, send me some new sneaks because my shit ripping. That you wear the same sneaks through the whole season and your shoes start ripping. So so he give me like these Reeboks kamikazes, and I post them like, shoes for the playoffs. Like I'm hyped, like I'm lit, I'm ready. So I go on the ask.fm joint, and a nigga like, damn, it's crazy. That's gonna be the first and last time you play in them sneaks. I'm like, yo, I had to delete that shit like automatically. Like I deleted the post, I deleted my ask.fm, and I'm like, damn, yo, this shit real. So yeah, we going to that game, man, and just like Hampton, I think that's another big rivalry, like Bethel, Phoebus back then. And shit, I think, we ain't even split with Phoebus that season. We lost both. So they kind of sort of had our number, unfortunately. And they got us, man. I ain't have a really good game. A lot of my teammates ain't have a really good game. So, yeah. And I think they had the momentum going into the off season. I think they won like a couple in a row, so that's always important. And I think we might have came off a loss, or like we lost the one before we won. So it was like an up and down season for real. So took that L, bro. That joint was hard because I wanted to make it to the scope, man.
So how many games it took to make it to the scope that year?
So
2? You gotta win 2.
I think you have to either win the Peninsula District playoff tournament, or you have to have like a really good record, like in the area or the region rather. Because I think the scope is the regional tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
I just know it changed so much over the
Yeah,
years.
like
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that joint was definitely.
I don't even get it now,
because
bro.
the states was only two games.
Yeah.
At that time, and the regional tournament was 3.
Yeah.
So you had your quarterfinals, semifinals, and the regional championship.
Yeah.
So where Bethel was messing up at was just the damn.
We couldn't get past the first
The
round.
Peninsula was just like I said. The Peninsula was strong, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of there.
Literally.
You top seed, I think you might get a bye or 2.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I think you get like a bye.
Yeah, like my first year on varsity, we match up with Minchville, and they like a seasoned team. Like they got all seniors. Like
They won it.
yeah, they
I
won
think they won it
the
that year.
district that year.
I think they won the back to back.
They may have.
Damn.
Yeah, so that one was tough, man. First round both years. I ain't see it going like that.
Your last game, play against Phoebus, they get you out of there. So how did you get to Virginia Union? What's that talk like?
So
How you get there?
So like I said, you know what I'm saying, of course being a late bloomer, I started getting good late or as I progressed through like my basketball career. So I ain't have too many options, and like by the end of my senior season, like in my heart of hearts, that's something somebody used to always say to me, like if in your heart of heart, like if you believe you could go get more, bet on yourself. So bet on myself. And playing in a lot of senior showcases in AAU. I went to VCU one time. I did really well. Got like some interest from Mount St. Mary's, D1 school, so, but they ain't bite. Like, you know, they just wasn't biting. I felt like I had it, like, good grades, come from a good school, you know what I'm saying? I just needed a chance, but they didn't take a chance on me, so Chawan was interested, like I said. You know, I'm hitting up the coach. He like, yeah, we filled up, like, we got a spot for you.
And Shawan was D2 at that time, right?
Yeah.
I know they used to be D3 as well.
Yeah, so.
For real?
My friend went there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they was D3 at the time, but then they had just moved up.
Word. Yeah, they was new to the CIAA when I came in. But, you know, still trying to find a chance. Went a whole bunch of different avenues. Went to Lewisburg in North Carolina. I know a lot of dudes were successful there. So, you know, I went down there to their tryout, killed it. Dunking, making everything. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on a call from the coach. He don't call, so I'm calling. You know what I'm saying? I'm being proactive. Like, I'm not about to play with my future.
Yeah.
I need to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what's going on. So I call him. He finally get back to me like, yeah, man, you know, you killed the tryout. You really impressed me. But we just don't got no spots for your position right now. So, but I would love you to come play on the JV team. I'm like, JV team? Like, bro, I'm D1 material, bro. Like, I'm like, appreciate the offer, coach, but I can't take that. So it came down to like basically the schools that I applied for that I got into. So I had took like not like an athletic visit, but I took a visit to Longwood. A lot of people don't know that. I went up there with my mom and my brother, and you know, my mom was calling around, and you know, the coach said he would speak with us. So we go into his office, and you know, we talking with him, and he like, you know, he asking me like, what's my workout routine, and I'm letting him know and stuff like that. And he's telling me the policies of the team, like, you know, this is a no nonsense team, you know, no cussing. If you cuss, you'll run, and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, came from Coach Breon, bro.
That ain't nothing,
You're
yeah.
not gonna scare me, bro. David Barton is my father, bro. He's crazy. He crazy. Like, you know my pop, he crazy. So can't no man like in this world scare me from like the people I've been influenced by. So, but I also took a visit to the union, also like non-athletic. So went there, like did the placement test, all that, got a tour of the campus. I wasn't able to speak with the coach, but I know I sent him my film. So I know he had to see it. So it's crazy that day I took a visit to the union. I had like another senior showcase to go play in right after that. But so it come down to like my graduation party, like from high school. So I literally like just flipped a coin, bro.
For real.
I went in the room by myself, like before we cut the cake and all that, before I do my little, you know, speech, say my farewell to everybody. I went in the room and like, yo, you know, I prayed on it, flipped the coin, like, yo, you gonna go to Longwood and walk on, or you gonna go to Union and walk on? Whatever you gonna do, we gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? So, flipped the coin, landed on Union. So, came down the stairs, went into the, you know, the living room, and like, you know what I'm saying, I plan to take my talents to Virginia Union like that. And that's how I did it. So, I felt good going into that.
So I know you mentioned that your brother went to Christopher Newport. They didn't show any interest at that time?
Nah, Christopher Newport definitely was heavy on me. Like they
just didn't want to do the D3.
Yeah, they wasn't bullshitting though. That's what I appreciate about them. Like they was at every game, practices, you know, AAU workouts after the season, coming to the school, like talking to me during school, like inviting me to the skills camp and all of that. And you know, over the years, like anything I ever did after seeing you was free. Like they never made me pay for nothing. Like, you know, cause my brother went there. Like it's really like a family tie. Like to this day, like I could walk in there and walk in the locker room. Like I could go in there and work out if I wanted to. Like they did what they were supposed to do. Like I just was naive, man. Like I just ain't know. You know what I'm saying? So if I could do it over again, it probably would have been them. For real, for real.
So you get the Union. So you're not even on the team. You haven't even talked to the coach. How you plan on walking on? Like what was your mindset?
So I get the Union. like I'm not even thinking about school, bro. I'm thinking about basketball. Like I'm like, yo, I gotta find a plug to get on this team, bro. Like I'm like, I ain't never been no dummy. Like, you know, moms was strict on the academics and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do the schoolwork. Like that's gonna be nothing. Like I'm not worried about that. I gotta find out how to get on this team, bro. So I'm looking at niggas on the campus, like in the cab, like grilling, like, okay, I'm gonna see like a 6'8" nigga walk through here, 6'10", or I'm gonna see like a point guard. I know a hooping nigga when I see one. You feel me? So I end up running into like the point guard, starting point guard. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You on the team, like, you know, stuff like that. And he like, yeah, bro, I'm on the team. I'm like, yo, I'm playing, like they're playing open gym, or you know, speak to the coach and stuff like that. You know, can you direct me? And he like, yeah, pull up on so and so at 3 o'clock. So I'm like, I'm there. Like I'm there. Like it's nothing. It's nowhere else I'm gonna be. So, you know, I go in there, I introduce myself to the coach, and he like, yeah, I got your highlight tape, but I didn't get to get back to you. I'm like, so like, word, like I'm already starting off like they forgetting about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just came in with a chip on my shoulder, and like I was determined. Like they wasn't gonna tell me no. Like I'm gonna be in the gym when the players aren't there, before they get there, after they're there. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what it takes, no matter what. I missed all the freshman activities, parties. Niggas went to King's Dominion, all types of everything. They could tell you like all the icebreakers. Like I'm starting off behind as far as knowing people, cause I'm really like I'm locked in with the ball shit. Like that's what I want to do. That's where I want to be. I was locked in. Like I wasn't playing no games, so. Like that was my mindset. Like yo, I'm gonna get on this team, and you know, I go through the trenches, through the wars of being a walk on, and I make the team, and that shit was like so like satisfying. Like that's one of them times like you could just sit back, like you could like finally breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like damn, I did it. Let me take this little break. Like take the time to appreciate this, and let's get back to work. So. That's how that went, but between me getting on the team, they graduated, that's a whole nother story.
Cause you did all 4 years there too, right?
All 4 years. Yeah.
So do you feel like you was like promised some, or I mean I know a lot of walk-ons don't always get, you know, to play a whole lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what was your ups and downs?
I mean, so being a walk-on, I kind of like, you know. You a freshman, so you gonna make mistakes, but this is like a mistake that no one should ever make, and I hope anybody that's watching is listening. Don't make this mistake. So, you know, everybody gotta do their running. Like you got the mile and shit. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a good mile runner. I can do the suicides, the sprints in the gym. All of that shit I could do. Never been good at a mile. So we gotta run the mile. So the first joint, or we've been running the mile for weeks now. So I get the bright idea, like, you know what I'm saying? The coaches don't watch us run this mile, and we're running like inside the campus fences, right? I don't know why I thought of this. So we're running inside the campus fences. So I'm thinking, bro, if I just cut across the motherfucking campus in the middle, cause it's wide open, like Union, I could run from wherever like the halfway point was to the other joint and meet everybody on the other side. So I'm running and we running. I'm like, damn, like I'm good, like, cause everybody's speaking, like, you know, everybody got their thoughts, like, yo, we could really cheat this shit, like he's not looking. So the one time I do it, it's been like this my whole life. The one time I do something, I get caught every time. So I cut the mile. And I make the time like with the guards, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm thinking I'm cool with like all the coaches dapping us up, coming in the gym, like good work, good shit. So we get ready to put our sneaks on the hoop, cause we always hooped after. So coach like, yeah, good job everybody, but you know what? We gotta run the mile again. So I'm thinking like, you know, this is just like some college shit, like, you know, this is just part of the regimen. They trying to switch it up on us. They don't want us to get comfortable. So he's like, somebody cheated the mile. I'm like, my heart drops. I could have had a heart attack. I could have had a heart attack in that moment, bro. So I'm like, fuck. And everybody's getting mad. You know how it is, like when a nigga don't make the time. Like everybody's like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill somebody. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so my dumb ass, I be like, yo, I missed. So earlier that day, I missed the midday workout, but it's because I had a class. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, I missed the midday workout. I'll run it for everybody, like thinking I'm cool, like nobody know. So I go and put my other sneaks on in the locker room, and then he continues to say, like, I guess they noticed that I'm gone, so I guess they think I went to go run it. So then they say all the freshmen gotta run it since the one freshman messed up. So it's 5 of us at the time. So, oh my God, bro. So all of us run the fucking mile again. And I get around first. I run the whole thing this time. And bro, they grilling me, yo. Like they grilling me. And then I get in there. I don't even get to hoop. Like the assistant coach brings me like outside. He's like, come on, you want to cheat? Come on, let's go outside. So I'm thinking he's like gonna tell me like, yo, you're done. Like, you're not making a team. Try again next year. So I'm like, my mind is racing. So he take me outside and he bring like a weight ball. I'm like, what the fuck? So, well, this nigga had me running like 100 yards on the lawn in front of the school where all the cars is driving by.
Are you serious?
And I'm throwing the weight ball all the way back to where I ran from, and I'm doing it like mad times. And I'm like, I could have passed out that day. And that nigga, but lo and behold, like the dudes I cheated the mile on, you know what I'm saying? Like all of the freshmen, well, them niggas came and they finished that shit for me, bro. So I was like, wow, like them niggas. I ain't want to get emotional or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But they held it down. You feel me? Like on some Coach Carter type stuff. You feel me? Like they picked me up at my lowest moment. So them dudes, like I felt like I was forever indebted to them. So. But our deal, we made a deal like, yo, you gotta get all our drinks for the rest of the week in the calf. Anytime we thirsty, bro, you gotta get up and get that joint. I said, that's a deal, bro. Like y'all saved my life that day. And I'm pretty sure like they convinced coach to keep me on the team, so.
True. So what do you feel like that moment stopped you from playing any?
Nah, so it's crazy. So the first year I played, I was on the team rather, like I got like a good amount of playing time for a freshman. Like it's
walk on. Right?
Yeah. So this is the story with the freshmen. So I come in, it's me, it's a kid, another kid from Hampton, Trey Perry from Hampton. He actually gets a scholarship there. So me and him going in there, we know each other, so we talk before the season, like at home, like, yo, let's go do it. It's another kid from Richmond, another scholarship kid, point guard from John Marshall, Gerard Dean McBride. Another kid from Philly, real good. His name was DaShawn. He was a walk-on too though. And another kid walk-on. He was actually the assistant coach's son. It's crazy. My assistant coach played in the NBA, Anthony Peeler. He played for the Lakers and the Timberwolves, and like cool with KG. Like they like this. So it's 2 walk-ons. So me and the other kid, and it's crazy. Me and the dude that was from Richmond were the only ones that ended up actually playing in the games. So, and I played like good minutes for a freshman. Like they'll throw me in here and there, you know. Like my first game ever, college game, I scored.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think I was gonna get in. I scored like the first time I touched the ball. So, you know, that was like just one of the little battles I had. But for the first year, like, you know, I feel like I earned the playing time that I got. And like by the end of the year, like the coaches trusted me, like they seen my progress and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, I think I had a promising year to come. But then that's when the shit started, bro.
So when you a walk on as a freshman, do you have a chance to get a scholarship the following years to come?
Yeah, so like it's all dependent on the coaches. Like we always say, like
It'd be like, or they'd be like, yeah, your family got it. You can
yeah, or they might be like that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as being a walk on, like if you gonna pay and you gonna try to stay on the team, like they would love to have you because you just an extra body for practice, like scout team shit like that, like so. But like I was like by the end of the season, like I was one of those guys who was like I was getting like my regular like 2 to 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sort of producing. So going into the next season, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna walk on. But the dude who was coaching us, he got fired. So it's like, this is my first time at college. I don't know how to handle it. Like I don't know about it being a transfer. Like I didn't really get no real film. Like so I don't got the leverage to go nowhere. I could always go back home and go to CNU. Like they know I can play. But like I don't know if they still want me because they recruited me hard.
Yeah.
And I said no. So I got that in the back of my mind. So, you know, the dude that was assistant coach, like I said, he played in the NBA. So he's telling us like, yo, you know, y'all continue to come to the gym. Like I'm gonna get this job. And he's telling me like, he coming to me like, little dude. Once that's what he used to call me, little dude. He like, little dude, I'm gonna give you a scholarship. You come back, I'm gonna give you a scholarship. I'm like, nigga, what? That's a dream come true, bro. I'm staying. I'm not going nowhere. So I finished the year out, finished the summer out. So like the last week of school, they hired a new coach. It's not him. It's somebody I don't never even heard of. So we, like, you know, the coach comes in and essentially like cleans house. Like he comes in, I work out for him as well as like my other teammates. Like we work out for him so he can see what we could do. But surprisingly, like the stuff he has us doing, it's like it's not hard. Like it's stuff I know how to do. Like I come from Bethel, so that's like a program where you got to be like really fundamentally sound. And that's one of the things he said to me like towards the end of the workout. Like the new coach, he was like, you know what I'm saying, you got good fundamentals, so I could keep a guy like you around. Everybody else was struggling. So all of those guys had to leave. Like
Damn.
was like me and the kid, another freshman that was actually there, but he wasn't a true freshman, red shirt freshman, Ray Anderson. Shout out to Ray. All-American killer in college. We're the only returners, me and him. So like I'm like, damn, like, you know, this nigga actually brought me back. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out, like, am I on scholarship? Am I still a walk-on? Who you got coming in? So I just was like, I was lost in the sauce.
Did he bring in his own assistants too?
Yeah. So he
damn.
when I say he clean house, he clean house. He got rid of the assistants.
Dion.
Yeah. Clean house, bro. Like the dude that was handling our jerseys and stuff like that, like he didn't really get rid of him, but he like, yo, we don't need you no more. Like you can go do whatever your other job is, like after school, and we got this.
So how the what is that, your sophomore year go?
Yeah, my sophomore year, so shit was bad, man. Shit was bad. Like, yeah, that shit bringing back memories. Like, you try to forget about that stuff, but like, you know what I'm saying? It was, looking back on it, like I just I commend myself on like just staying down. You feel me? Like 10 toes down, working through everything, all the adversity, cause like I still, whenever I got my chance, like I shined like in the way that only milk could shine. You know what I'm saying? Like this the way God made it to be, so I'ma just rock out however he planned it. So, you know, the games that I featured in, like I was scoring. Like, so we play an exhibition game. It's also another walk on my sophomore year. He walked on my freshman year too. I forgot, I left him out, Austin Spriggs, but so he walks on as well. So it's me, him, and the other guy returning. So it comes to the exhibition game, you know, this don't matter. We play like the Army team, like the college Army team. Bro, I'm the only nigga that don't play, bro. I go to the room, bro, and flip the whole room upside down, bro. I'm ready to crash out. Like, all my homies from the crib, I got a couple homies that was going to school with me from the crib. They was like my circle, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, they kept me sane, but I'm like, yo, I'm about to flip, bro. Like, how I'm the only one that don't play and the game don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that season was crazy because I started off this season, like, with a shoulder injury. So, like, I'm going to physical therapy. Like, I gotta.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
From our summer, we were working out in the summer after your freshman year.
Yeah. So.
You changed your shot and all that.
Yeah, I had to change my shot, bro. Like, I'm coming in this season, I got a shoulder injury. I gotta walk to VCU to go to therapy. Like, the coaches aren't offering to drive me. Like, what type of shit is that, bro? Like, just because I'm the walk on, I gotta get that type of treatment. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. So, but I persevered through it all. Like, I can't remember how many games I played in, but the games I did play in, I scored like double digits, or I did like really well. Like, I shot the ball well from the field. Like, I think on that season I was shooting like 50%, even though I'm playing 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying, here and there. But that's like, when you really think about it, like, when you really get down to like the statistics, like, bro, I probably was averaging the most points a minute in the league, and I'm on everybody's scouting report. Like, people I know at other schools are calling me like, bro, you don't even play 5 minutes sometimes, and you on the scouting report. Like, you one of the main dudes. Like, don't let him touch it. Like, it's going up and it's going in. So, and that's going on while I have this shoulder injury. Like, my shoulder is going in and out all season. Like, sometimes I can feel it, sometimes I can't. But I'm still shooting the ball well. I'm still getting in the gym, working out, stuff like that. Killing in practice. So, yeah, it's like a bittersweet story. Like, I just take like all of those little battles I got. Like,
so during this time, you don't. I know this is like starting just like recently. I started hearing about like the transfer portal being like such a big thing. I don't think it was a big thing like probably when you was in school. What did anybody talk to you about that or anything? Like, anybody back home, your brother?
Nah, like nobody really gave me no information on that, cause like it just wasn't a thing. Like, transferring wasn't like a big option back then. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get a new coaching staff and stuff like that. Like, when I had got a new coach my sophomore season, I actually talked to Aaron Baco, cause he was going through the same thing, and I'm like, yo, you know, I know you going through this, and you know, how you handling it, like, how you taking it. He like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know where we come from. Like, we gotta get it out the mud either way. So, like, I'm sticking it out. So he like, I know if I could do it, you could do it. So I'm like, I'm gonna stick it out. So, like, yeah, I ain't really getting no insight though. Like, my coach left me, you know what I'm saying? And he knowing I'm a young kid, like, I don't really know what's going on. So, you know, I love Coach Luke. Like, Coach Luke, if you watching it, it's all love, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of like, I think he took it to heart when they fired him, and he didn't really like look out for us when he left, especially the freshmen. So I kind of was like left in the dust. So I wasn't trying to transfer. Like, I really believe, like, bro, like, I made the team, so I could play, like. But, you know, it's always stuff behind the scenes, politics and stuff that you don't see. So, yeah, man. Shit crazy.
So did you? I know you said you had to walk on again your sophomore year. Did you ever get that scholarship year, or did you keep having to be a walk on?
Yeah. So my sophomore year, I walked on again, and we have like a worse season than the first one. Horrendous. But, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy because, like, we got an opportunity to fire our own coach my sophomore year. Like everybody got together like in a little group. Like, the team was brought together by the athletic director, and he tells us, like, you know, you guys, of course, y'all not having the best season. So if y'all would like to fire Coach Shields, you know, we could terminate him now, and y'all can finish the season out with the assistant coach, Coach Thompson. So, we liked him. Like, he was a player's coach. Like, we got along with him. Everybody responded well to Coach Thompson. Like, I don't know if he gonna see this, but Coach Thompson, I appreciate you, bro. Like, you looked out for me as well. Like, you always encouraged me, but them niggas did not pick to fire the coach that wasn't playing them. It's dudes he brung into the team, he wasn't playing them. So I'm the only one in the lobby like, yeah, let's fire him, bro. I'm in the lobby, but they like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has to agree. And the way you agree is you don't attend practice today. So I'm the last one in the dorm lobby like, bro, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Let's fire this nigga and like end the season, like let's actually hoop. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into the CIAA tournament with some momentum. Like, let's win these games because we know if we hoop like for real, we could win. So all of these dudes, bro, they picked to stay with him. They're like, oh, he brought me in here. But he's the dude, the director is telling us like, yo, he's gonna be out either way. Mm-hmm. Like after the season, he's done. It don't matter how many games. He like, I don't care if y'all win the tournament, bro. I don't care if y'all go to the NCAA tournament. He's out of here.
That's crazy.
That's what he's telling us. So I'm like, yo, he's done, bro. We not gonna win the tournament. I can tell y'all that right now. But we could, you know what I'm saying? Let's at least end the season like in a good fashion. So, I'm late to practice that day. I don't give a fuck. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm already not playing. Like, that shit was like crazy. But once they got him out of there, like my junior year, I got a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Coach Jay Butler. He came in. He didn't really know me from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing, in the meeting that we had with him, because of course you gotta like have an introduction meeting with your new coach, one by one. So he tells me like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I hear you a good dude, like you a union dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep you around, but I'm gonna give you a partial athletic scholarship as well. So I'm like, that's the best thing I heard in 2 years. You feel me? So of course I'm gonna stick around. Like, you helping me out, you helping mom, dukes, and pops out. They ain't gotta spend as much money. So I'm gonna stick around. You know what I'm saying? So
it sounded like they was like doing just enough to keep you.
Yeah. Really though, for real though. Like now that I think about it, like yeah, like they were just stringing me along. You know what I'm saying? Cause essentially like I was a good player. Like I'm somebody you want to keep around just in case you don't get who you want to get. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what happened. But yeah, the whole sophomore season was a shit show.
So how the last 2 years go?
So it's crazy, man. Like I had more fun in the losing years than I had in the winning years. Cause I was playing at least, you feel me? And I was getting love. Like I was getting in the game in the first 2 years. Like the crowd was going crazy. Like I could show them niggas like, yo, I could hoop. Like niggas on campus like, yo, we know you can hoop, bro. Like they just on some shit. Like we know if a nigga can hoop when we see one. Like who do you know that does what you do in the time that you do it in? You know what I'm saying? Like that's almost professional. You feel me? So, but yeah, the last 2 years was like worse. Like that shit kind of made me like not like basketball anymore. Like I was like, that shit was crazy. Like I was getting out of shape. Like I wasn't really working out for real, because I don't like love it like that no more. Like, and I'm a dude that love the game, bro. Like to this day, I love the game. Like my life kind of sort of revolved around basketball till this day, even though I'm not playing as much. So, but yeah, I didn't expect it to go from like bad to worse at all.
It's crazy how you could play basketball like almost your whole life and then get to the college level and then somebody can just make you hate basketball.
Yo. It's crazy, bro.
Like it was all for nothing. Like,
yeah.
That shit is heartbreaking.
It is, bro. That shit heartbreaking, bro. Like that shit make you think like, do I want to let my kids go through this? You know what I'm saying? Because the game the game is not getting no better. The game is diluted, saturated, all that stuff. So it's just something that I'm thinking about. Like, man, maybe when I have a little one, I'll tell them go play soccer or something, or do piano lessons.
Like, be like, do whatever you want. It better be legal.
Yeah. Facts.
At this point.
Yeah. For real though.
During your senior year at Union, what happened with your coach? You said something about being starting.
So my senior year, like, you know, I really just let it all hang out as far as like in practice and stuff like that. And, you know, I did my thing. Like I really was like, you know, I really did well in practice. Like I put in work. Like I don't want to say I was killing them dudes, but I put in work. Like I was playing well enough to like actually play like in games, like when it's like important. So I just was like confused. Like I wasn't one of those guys who just was gonna sit back and like just let somebody take advantage of me or something like that. So I went to his office a couple times, like my head coach's office a couple times, and like I went in there probably like the last time towards like the back end of the season, and I was like, yo, coach, like, you know, it gotta be like something else. It's no way I'm not able to get on the floor. Like these past couple weeks I put together, like you can't deny that. Like tell me something else is going on so I can reassure myself that I'm not doing something wrong. He like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You could start at any other CIAA school. You could start. He's like, but we just don't have no minutes for you on this team. So I was like, does that even make sense? You got a dude that could start at any other school, but you don't have any minutes for him. So I don't know. And then at that time, like a couple dudes, like they were shaky, like they was in and out of the starting lineup, in and out of the 6-man position or the 7-8-man rotation. So I'm like, yo, you could give me a chance, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't asking for like 10, 20 shots a game. I just want to get on the floor. Like that's it. So once he told me that, I was like, yeah, like it was no way, like it was not in the plan at all for me to touch the floor once it got to that point. So that was like another one of them moments that just made me like fall out of love with the game. Like no matter what you do, like you still gonna be at the back of the bus. So shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's what that shit would have been like, oh, you got me here then.
Yeah. Like for what? Like, and this other stuff, it's other little shit they used to do. Like, they'll like order me like the wrong shoe size, or like I remember we was getting sweatsuits my senior year. I'm a senior, right? I shouldn't be going through this. Like I'm getting the wrong size sweatsuit, or y'all telling me, oh, we gave it to another dude. Just wear this large or extra large. Like, bro, what y'all on? Like we get to the CIAA tournament, the whole team gets new shoes. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for mine. Mine aren't there. And they like, wait, you don't have any like new? They didn't give you any shoes? I'm like, nah, bro. They didn't give me no new shoes, bro. They literally like, it was little shit like that. That's how I know like I really like literally was not in the plans to like even be on the team. Like my senior year, he comes to me. He calls me in the summertime. This is before the season even starts. He calls me, I'm chilling at the crib. He says, yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna have your jersey this season. I'm like, what you mean? You're not gonna have my jersey? You know, I'm recruiting some dudes to come in, pretty good dudes. One guy coming from D1, so I'm not sure we're gonna have a jersey for you, so you might not be able to dress out, but you got the option of red shirt. I'm like, bro, I'm a senior, bro. You could at least just get me out the way. Like, why you trying to do me like that? So that was a hard day too. Like I had to like go tell my people, like, yo, like I might not even have a jersey this year. So, you know, my people being who they are, my mom being who she is, like she emails like, and I'm not big on like my parents talking to the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me earn it. You feel me? So she emails the athletic director like a long letter, like, you know, is this how you all treat people that have been there and you know been good to the program? I never said nothing, talk down, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Everything I know about the school and stuff like that, like I never spilled the beans on nothing. And this is how y'all treat my son, basically what she's saying. So, you know, they call me back, call my parents back, and they like, you know, oh, we didn't mean it like that. Like, man, you know how you meant it, bro. Like, that shit still get me tight to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that to, like, good people, man.
Yeah.
Because that shit could come back to bite you in the ass. Like, what if I'm your grandson's coach by the time he gets to college? Now I got the decision of his life in his hands. So I can handle it how I want. Now, me being who I am, I probably wouldn't do that to him. Because I know how I feel, but that shit just messed up.
So I know I when I first saw you was 2015 at the Pro-Am, when it was at Maury. You and who was the other dude? I was calling y'all the Splash Brothers.
Me and
Brian Dart.
Yeah, BD.
Yeah, y'all was going crazy.
Yo.
So what year was that? According to your Virginia Union year.
So that year I played in the Pro-Am was my first year out of college. Like
Okay.
So that was after my freshman season.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
know,
I was like, God damn, this nigga going crazy.
Word.
Nah, y'all was shooting that thing, especially together.
Yeah, we was shooting it out.
I mean, y'all was probably averaging about 12, 13 threes a game.
Had to
That's
get
OD.
together.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's OD.
Shooting at a very high clip, bro.
Nah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah,
That was probably one of the best pro years.
definitely.
Is that one on Lake Taylor?
Nah, that was at Maury.
Nah, it was at Maury this year. That was probably like so many people used my film. Like I always say, Mike Anderson used my film that year because he went crazy.
Oh yeah.
And he went to China,
Yep.
Asia, and didn't come
Hasn't
back.
been home
Probably
since.
he
Mike
was probably
Anderson.
there for like 15 years,
Yeah.
10
Is
years.
that who I think it is? Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson
You
played at
may
VCU.
not know him. He like a
Tall.
old head. Though.
Yeah, he older.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I
So-
came home that summer and like I just unleashed, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that pent up aggression and, you know, times I was sitting, like I just let loose. Like I finally let my hair down and, you know what I'm saying? I got like some notoriety. Like people like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who your coach is next year. Like if he don't tell you to shoot the ball, they need to fire him. Like, bro, you one of them ones. Like Tree tell me to this day, like, bro, shoot the ball. Like you one of the best shooters I ever seen. Like if you not shooting, what you doing? So,
Especially if you start hitting it.
yeah, if I start hitting,
yeah.
oh my goodness.
If you start hitting early, it's gonna get bad.
Yeah, you got a long night. But yeah, that Pro-Am, like you know what I'm saying, I used that like gave me some momentum going into my sophomore year, knowing that I wasn't playing and stuff like that. So that gave me like some confidence. I came in with confidence. You know what I'm saying? The paper did like a little tiny like thing on me. I still got that little article or whatever. Yeah, so that was good for me that year.
So you say your last 2 years you don't really play that much at Union. So how you feeling? Do you feel like you still want to pursue basketball, or what makes you pursue basketball or just go get a job? Like,
So
what's going through your head?
it's like damn, like I know they ain't give you a chance, but with the chance that they gave you, like the minimal chances that they gave you, like you really showed out. So like you showed flashes, like, you know what I'm saying. And I like, you know, I'm a workaholic. Like I ain't really think nothing could hold me back from going overseas, like, cause that was my goal coming out. So I finished those years, you know what I'm saying. Finished my senior year. Senior year we ended up being ranked top 25 in the nation.
Okay.
Number one through the whole CIAA. Won the CIAA regular season championship. I had a pretty memorable game. I scored like 15 points in 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes of the game. And like that shit like was just that, like, it was like fulfilling.
You graduate. You go through your injuries. What brings you back into hooping? Cause I see you in Pro-Am. You playing in Pro-Am every year.
Yeah.
Hoop League started. You started playing in that. How's that going? And I see you playing a lot of leagues on your side, like the military league, the Hampton league that y'all got out there.
Mm-hmm.
How's all that going?
I mean,
'Cause you scoring a lot.
Yeah, that's a fact. So it's kind of crazy for somebody to be saying like, you know, they falling out of love with the game, but I'm still doing what I'm doing. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, when everything in life not going your way, like basketball's still been there for me. Like I can still pick up the ball and go to the court by myself and just get lost in it. So, like that's kind of sort of, you know what I'm saying, my outlet, like my therapy. You feel me? Like a lot of people see me now. Like back then I wasn't really known as like a talker, like in the game and all of the extra stuff, but you know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know what I'm saying, that's how I let out my frustration and my feelings, and you know what I'm saying, I may get a little bit animated, but I'm passionate, you know what I'm saying? That's what that is, like, that's my passion for the game. So yeah, I just found my way back, man. Like, shit, like a forever love. You feel me? So
I seen you play with the triangle shooters.
yeah.
How's that going? And what is that?
So the triangle shooter is like a ABA team, or you know, semi-pro team rather. I'll say that. I'm not sure if it was ABA or PBA, but you know, it was like a small semi-pro program. And you know what I'm saying, I like supporting small businesses, like startup stuff, and you know what business better to support than like a new basketball team. So you know, I went out, tried out, made the team, and you know what I'm saying, they like kind of sort of like gave me the keys to the squad and just told me, you know, go out and do your thing. Like, you know, you still got aspirations and dreams, and you know it's not impossible. Like, you still in good shape, you still can play pretty well, so just go out and get it. So I mean, it went well, like for the most part. Like I like the team, the teammates, coaches, you know, first class organization. Tried to take as good care of us as they could with the resources they had. And you know, the games I did play, I kind of sort of was like dealing with like some hamstring injuries and like, you know, straining my groin and stuff like that. But the games I did play, you know, I did well. I think I averaged like 30 points on the season. I got like preseason player of the year before I even touched the court. So it was a cool experience for real. So hopefully next year, you know, we could try to run it back. I know we kind of fell out of like the PBA league just because of the unorganization on the other team's behalf. So, you know, the owner, Kenya, I think Kenya Moore is his name. Kenya Williams, excuse me. You know, so he pulled us out in order to get us more games. You know what I'm saying? He really had our best interests at heart, and he found us games to play in. And he didn't have to do that. He could have just let it drop. So really appreciate him for that.
True. What other leagues have you been playing in? Like,
so I play in the Hampton League here and there when I can. You know, them games kind of late, man. A brother got to get up 4 a.m. to go to work now, so I play in that here and there. But you know what I'm saying, another thing, like, you know, playing with like in the military basketball association, that made me fall in love with the game again. Like traveling, we go a lot of places, North Carolina, DC.
I thought you was in DC when I was there.
Yeah. Playing in the tournament in DC. We went out to San Antonio, the Nationals last year, and you know what I'm saying, it feel like you back in AAU again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit real cool. Like, I like